Wow, so that is a long time. I'm curious, the nag timer definitely feels a lot longer now, possibly because of the new update. I'm gonna go ahead and time the next round to see how long of a time Tesla Autopilot gives me between hitting the steering wheel or the knobs until the next time around, or until it needs more input on the steering wheel. Yeah, this is definitely more than 25 seconds, or it feels a lot longer than 25 seconds at least. Okay, there's the first nag timer. I'm not touching the steering wheel or anything, or the accelerator or the brake, and we're gonna see how much time it allows us to kind of drive hands-free without touching any part of the steering wheel. All right, we're passing 30 seconds. In my last video, when I tested this, the average was about 25 to 30 seconds. So this is a lot longer than I tested it last time. So the nag timer can really be variable depending on, I guess, traffic conditions and weather conditions. Because the last time I tested it, it was in the bright sun. So maybe Autopilot needed more support to make sure that we weren't sleeping or dozing off. And wow, this is going on for more than a minute now. And I'm not touching the accelerator or the brake or even the steering wheel for that matter. Or at least not giving it any input to satisfy the nag timer. Wow, now we're almost at 1 minute and 30 seconds. And this is not the newest update either. This is 10.2.1, I believe. And there's another update that just came out that has more lane change enhancements and I think visualization enhancements. So we're coming up on 2 minutes now, not touching the steering wheel, not touching anything. And it's just chugging along for 2 whole minutes on driving on autopilot. And car just came in and a little bit of a cutoff there. Autopilot braked immediately. Coming up on 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Hands-free. No input on the steering wheel. No nag timer. 2 minutes and 30 seconds and we're still going along. Either my Tesla Model 3 is glitched or this is the new update and I just didn't realize, because I've never had it this long hands-free without touching anything on the steering wheel. There it is, 3 minutes. All right, let's start it again and see on how long we can go without touching or giving any sort of feedback to the steering wheel. So now Autopilot wants to get into the left lane because it's a faster lane and it recognizes it. We're coming up on 1 minute, no nag, no feedback given to the steering wheel or the Tesla. There it is, so 1 minute. So the first time was 3 minutes, this one was 1 minute and 2 seconds, give or take. Let's do it one more time to see how long we can get away with not touching the steering wheel for the nag timer. This is probably ideal conditions for the Tesla Model 3. It's not too bright. It's also not too dark, not a lot of bright sun, just a cloudy day chugging along on the I-5 going north. Okay, there we go. So right under a minute again as well. Wow, so that is a long time. So the first time we tested this, we basically went 3 minutes without a nag timer and without giving any sort of feedback or touching the steering wheel. The second time, 1 minute. And the third time, also another minute. So this is definitely longer than when I tested Autopilot a couple of versions ago, because I was getting an average of about 30, maybe even 25 seconds with the nag timer. This is version 2019.36.2.1, V10 of course, and that is a pretty long time. Probably because I assume there is a variable for the nag timer depending on driving conditions. The last time I tested it, it was a bright sunny day and we were going about 60, 70 miles an hour. And so I guess anything can really happen at high speeds at a quicker pace. Whereas this is rush hour traffic, 30 to 40 miles an hour, maybe even slower, cloudy, still light out, but not too bright out. So Autopilot can recognize and see more of the road and the conditions. It doesn't necessarily need too much feedback or need to worry about us being in control.